If a country prints too much money, its currency collapses. We've seen it in Germany, Zimbabwe, Venezuela. Trillions printed, hyperinflation, people carrying cash in wheelbarrows. But one country printed more money than all of them combined. And nothing happened. No hyperinflation, no currency collapse. Prices actually fell. That country is Japan. For 30 years, Japan has been running the money printer non-stop. And instead of destroying their economy, they broke the most basic rule of economics. I'm gonna explain how, and why this should scare every country in the world. To understand how this happened, we have to go back to 1989, to the biggest economic bubble in history. In the 1980s, Japan was on fire. The Japanese economy was growing so fast, people thought Japan would overtake the United States as the world's largest economy. Japanese companies were buying everything: Rockefeller Center in New York, Columbia Pictures, Pebble Beach Golf Course. Tokyo real estate became the most expensive in the world. At one point, the land under the Imperial Palace in Tokyo was worth more than the entire state of California. Yeah, one palace worth more than the entire state of California. Japanese stocks skyrocketed. Real estate prices went insane. Everyone was getting rich. It was the biggest economic bubble in history. Since 1990, Japan's central bank has printed over 500 trillion yen. That's 3.5 trillion USD. Bought government bonds, bought corporate stocks, bought real estate funds, even bought ETFs. They've been running the money printer non-stop for 30 plus years. According to everything we know about economics, Japan should look like Zimbabwe right now. Hyperinflation, worthless currency, economic collapse. But here's what actually happened. Japan's inflation rate? 0 to 1% per year. Some years, negative inflation. Prices actually fell. The yen? Still one of the strongest currencies in the world. Japan's economy? Still the third largest on Earth. How is this possible? And then, in 1991, it popped. Stock market crashed 60%. Real estate fell 80% in some areas. Banks collapsed under bad loans. Companies went bankrupt by the thousands. Lifetime savings wiped out. It was a disaster. Japan went from economic miracle to economic nightmare overnight. And here's where the story gets weird. After the crash, Japanese people were traumatized. They'd seen their savings disappear, their homes lose value, their companies collapse. So they made a logical decision: stop spending, start saving. People stopped buying things, companies stopped investing, banks stopped lending. Everyone just held on to their money. This created a vicious cycle. People don't spend, businesses don't sell, businesses cut jobs, people have less money, people spend even less. Repeat. This is called deflation, and deflation is way worse than inflation. Why deflation is terrible. Here's why falling prices are bad. If prices are falling, why buy today? If a TV costs 50,000 yen today, but you know it'll cost 45,000 yen next year, you wait. Everyone waits. Businesses can't sell anything, so they cut prices more and lay off workers. Workers lose jobs, spend less, prices fall more. It's a death spiral. Japan fell into this spiral in the 1990s and they couldn't get out, so the government tried everything. The government's desperate plan. Step 1. Cut interest rates. Japan dropped interest rates to 0%. Borrowing money was basically free. Didn't work. People still didn't borrow or spend. Step 2. Print money. If people won't spend, the government will. Japan's central bank started printing money and buying government bonds, corporate bonds, stocks, real estate. They printed trillions. And here's where the mystery begins. Why Japan's money printing didn't cause inflation. Remember the rule. Print money equals more money chasing same goods equals prices rise. But in Japan, print money equals money doesn't circulate equals prices don't rise. Here's why. Reason number 1, the money stayed in banks. When Japan printed money, it went to banks. Banks were supposed to lend it out, but nobody wanted loans. People were scared. Businesses were cautious. So the money just sat in bank accounts. It never entered the economy. Money that doesn't circulate doesn't cause inflation. Reason number 2, demographics, aging population. Japan has the oldest population in the world. 30% of Japanese people are over 65 years old. Old people don't spend much. They save for retirement and healthcare. So even when there's money available, demand stays low. Low demand equals no inflation. Reason number 3, deflationary psychology. After 30 years of falling prices, Japanese people expect prices to fall, so they delay purchases, which keeps prices falling. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Expectations shape reality. Reason number 4, productivity. Japan is incredibly efficient. Automation, robotics, lean manufacturing. They produce more goods with fewer workers. More supply plus same demand equals lower prices. Technology offset the money printing. Reason number 5, global competition. Cheap imports from China and Southeast Asia flooded Japan. Japanese companies couldn't raise prices because foreign competitors would undercut them. Global competition kept prices down. So Japan printed trillions, but the money didn't flow into the economy. It got trapped in the financial system. No circulation equals no inflation. But here's the scary part. Japan has been trying to create inflation for 30 years. They want 2% inflation, normal, healthy inflation. They can't do it, despite printing endless money, despite zero interest rates, despite buying everything. Nothing works. Japan is stuck in a deflationary trap, and they can't escape. This terrifies economists, because if it can happen to Japan, one of the most advanced economies, it can happen anywhere. What this means for the world. The Japan scenario is spreading. Europe had near zero inflation for years. The US printed trillions during COVID. Inflation spiked temporarily but is falling again. China is facing deflationary pressure now. And the question, are we all turning into Japan? The fear, what if printing money stops working everywhere? Central bank's main tool, printing money, might be losing its power, and nobody knows what to do next. Here's what Japan teaches us. Printing money doesn't always cause inflation, but only under very specific conditions. Money doesn't circulate, stuck in banks. Demand stays low, people don't spend. Population is aging, less consumption. Deflationary psychology, expect falling prices. High productivity, supply keeps increasing. If all these align, you get Japan. But most countries, they don't have these conditions. Zimbabwe, Venezuela, Weimar Germany, they printed money and it did circulate. People spent it immediately because they expected inflation. Expectations matter more than money supply. So can other countries do what Japan did? No. Here's why. Japan has unique advantages. Strong currency trust. The yen is seen as safe. People hold it even during crises. Domestic debt. 90% of Japan's debt is owed to Japanese people. They're borrowing from themselves. Trade surplus. Japan exports more than it imports. Money flows in. Disciplined population. Japanese culture emphasizes saving and stability. Most countries don't have this. If India or the US or any other country tried Japan's strategy, it would likely fail. Currency would crash, inflation would spike. Disaster. Japan is the exception, not the rule. Japan tried to print its way out of a crisis. It didn't cause inflation, but it also didn't solve the problem. Japan's economy has been stagnant for 30 years. They call it the lost decades. No growth, no inflation, just stuck. Printing money didn't destroy Japan, but it didn't save them either. So there you have it, the strange case of Japan, the country that broke the rules of economics and still can't figure out how to fix itself. If this changed how you see money printing, hit that subscribe button because I break down economic mysteries like this. Drop a comment. Did you know Japan has been printing money for 30 years? And do you think other countries will end up like Japan? Oh, and if you're wondering about China's economy, they're facing similar problems right now. Deflation, aging population, low spending. Let me know if you want me to explain that next. Thanks for watching. You just learned why economics is way more complicated than print money equals inflation. See you in the next one.